Hi, my name is Solo P1, and yes, breaking news has just come in. Breaking news. Daniel Ricardo, at the end of this 2018 season, he's going to be heading to France. Yes, next year, 2019, he's going to be a Renault driver, and he's going to be partnered with Nico Hülkenberg. So that's the breaking news. It's just coming. I just got the alert on my phone, and I thought, yeah, I'm going to do a video on this. And yeah, Daniel Ricciardo's leaving. To be fair, I never saw this coming. I didn't hear no rumours on it in Twitter, any social media platforms. I never heard, not even the Sky commentators even talk about it. There was no rumours. I thought that he was about to sign a new contract with Red Bull. But I guess I was wrong, and nobody saw this coming. See, with Daniel Ricciardo, when you see Daniel Ricciardo, even if he wins or he loses, he still looks the same. He's always got that big smile on his face, so you can't. It's very hard to read. So there was no rumours going around about Daniel Ricciardo leaving Red Bull. Now everyone's going to be asking now, why is he leaving Red Bull? I don't know why he's leaving Red Bull, but to me, to be fair, Max Verstappen was always their golden boy. He was always going to be second place to Max Verstappen. It's a bit like at Ferrari at the moment. We've got Kimi Räikkönen, he's the second driver, and then you got Sebastian Vettel, he's their main driver, Ferrari's main driver. And it's the same at Mercedes with Lewis Hamilton, and Valtteri Bottas is their second driver. And maybe because of his age as well, he's only 28. Daniel Ricciardo, so he's still young. He's not even hit his peak yet, and maybe he believes he's got more left in the tank, and he doesn't want to play second fiddle to Max Verstappen. I don't know that if that's the reason why he's leaving. That's just my opinion. And maybe you got this new in next year. You got Red Bull joining up with Honda. It's gonna have the Honda engine, and maybe he believes he can't compete in that engine because you can't really trust Honda. Look how Honda was with McLaren, look what happened there. You know what I mean? McLaren's on the decline, and he probably believes Red Bull will probably be on the decline. Reliability. I know they're not having good reliability issues now with the Renault engine, but the Honda engine is not any better. So that's probably why. I don't know. But he's leaving. But the big question is now, the big rumour, who's going to replace Daniel Ricciardo? So, in my opinion, everybody's talking about this guy. Yeah. Everyone's talking about him. I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. Pierre Gasly, Toro Rosso. I'm not so sure. I believe, in my opinion, it's going to be this guy, Carlos Sainz. The reason why is he's still kind of connected to Red Bull anyway. I think he was loaned out to Renault as a driver, and he used to race for, I think it was Toro Rosso, I think, yeah. And I believe he's the obvious choice. I don't know why people are going around saying, oh, it's going to be this guy. I don't believe Pierre Gasly. I don't believe it. I think it's going to be Carlos Sainz. There was rumours a few months ago that Carlos Sainz was linked with Mercedes and Ferrari. I think Mercedes made a bit of a mistake. I believe that Mercedes should have went for this guy, Carlos Sainz. He would have suited Mercedes down to a T. But obviously, they never went for him. So I think the obvious choice is he's the guy. He's going to Red Bull to replace Ricardo. That's just my opinion. I don't know any fact. I'm just giving my opinion. So yeah, that's the breaking news. Dan Ricardo is leaving Red Bull. So what do you guys think? Put your comments below. Let's go into some more news. A bit of news about Niki Lauda, what broke today. 3-time champion Niki Lauda has a lung transplant. This is maybe goes back to his days when he was with Ferrari in the 70s, when he had that great rivalry with James Hunt. When, if you guys watch that film, Rush, brilliant film that was. That portrayed both of those guys down to a T. The only thing about that film is there was an interview with Niki Lauda, and he says at first he didn't like the film. He says that he portrayed him to be like a boring old man. He made James Hunt look like the guy who got all the girls, had a good time. He said he wasn't like that. He said him and James Hunt shared a flat in London for a year or so, when it was on the F1 together. And he used to go for a lot of girls as well, but they didn't portray that in the film. And he was a bit upset at first, but when he actually watched the film, he said he enjoyed it, and a lot of it was true, but some of it wasn't. Some of it they missed out. And he said it was a great film. It was a great film. But going back to Niki Lauda, the subject, he's having a lung transplant. He says Vienna General Hospital in Austria said in a statement that the 69-year-old Lauda had been suffering from severe lung condition. He added that the transplant was carried out successfully. Lauda is a non-executive chairman of Mercedes and won the Formula 1 Drivers' Championship in 75 and 77 and 84. In 1976, he was badly burnt where he crashed in the German Grand Prix but returned to racing in 6 weeks. Yeah, this guy is a savage. He's one of my favourite drivers of all time. I love him. He's such a role model. So if you want to be a Formula 1 driver, kids, if any kids are watching this video, this is the guy you want to model. This guy will not quit. This is a guy that went to his family who had all this money, asked them for money to fund him to be a Formula 1 driver. They turned his back on him, so he went for a loan on himself. He went for a loan, got a loan. They trusted him, the bank. He went out, went to Formula 3. This is when he met James Hunt. Got into Formula 1. Brought himself into the Ferrari with the money he had. And instantly became the number 1 driver. This guy is a success. And like I said, he had a bad injury in 1970. He had a bad injury in 1976. Crashed a car. Burnt all his lungs. I remember watching the film and they had to put a tube down his throat to clear out his lungs. Listen, this guy shouldn't even be around, but he is. He's got that much heart and that much class and that much fight. This guy's brilliant. And in my top 3 drivers, he's up there, along with Senna. You got Ayrton Senna, Niki Lauda, and my third one, if I was going to put one in, I'd probably put Fangio. But he's definitely one of the greatest drivers of all time. And I'm so happy it was a success, the transplant, and I hope he gets. I hope to see him back in the paddock with Toto Wolff very, very soon. Now, what else is going on? Any more news? We've done that one. We've got something about Mercedes here. Mercedes discusses a gearbox deal with the Williams, because the Williams need it. They need all the help they can get, because the Williams at the moment is sinking like the Titanic. It says sharing gearboxes is nothing with F1. Haas and Sauber use Ferrari's units, while Force India have a deal with Mercedes. Now Williams are considering it. Why not? If it's going to help you win, get some points on the table, why not? It says Williams has a strong culture of being an independent, being a constructor. Of course, Williams is one of the most successful manufacturers around in F1. They're going through a bit of a blip at the moment, and hopefully that will get better. What else? We can look at the Drivers' Championship, as you can see there. Hamilton on top, 213. Sebastian Vettel, 189 in second. And there was a little podcast in the week as well with Martin Brundle, 1st of August it was. And he was on the podcast, which I watch. I listen to a lot. And he was on there and he was talking about Beyond the Grid. It's called, sorry. If Martin Brundle was talking about his career, he was saying, there's Martin Brundle when he was younger. Look at that nose. Oh, that nose. There's Ayrton Senna. Legend. Anyway, Martin Brundle was talking about his life in Formula One. He felt like he underachieved. He said he always felt like he was always fighting against the grain. He felt like he should have done better in his career. You know, I think he done well. At least he got in F1. Not everybody can say that they can get in F1, but he believes that he underachieved as a driver. And he said when he was actually being a commentator, he didn't even want to do it. A lot of people say, "Come on, you'll be good at it." He weren't really interested. But in the end, he became a good commentator, as people say. That's everybody's opinion. But they was asking him, who do you think is the greatest drivers of all time? They was asking him on Beyond the Grid. They was saying, who do you think is the greatest driver of all time? And he said Ayrton Senna. He says that nobody could, because when there was a line there that nobody could get that line, which was impossible to get, Ayrton Senna found that line. And he goes, to him, he's the greatest driver of all time. Definitely. And a lot of people say, Schumacher and that. Some people say Schumacher, some people say Senna, some people say Jackie Stewart. The list goes on. Some people say Fangio. Actually, a lot of people say Fangio. But he was talking about Michael Schumacher. He said 3 of the championships that he won out of his 7 was questionable. And I think there was a lot of cheating going around back then during the Ferrari, he said. And he said, I think that tainted his career. He kind of put a damper over his career, at least for 3 of the championships. But he said Ayrton Senna is the greatest of all time, which I agree. And yeah, what else is going around the rumours? Oh yeah, there's this happened the other day, Russell. Yeah, you know what? He's definitely gonna be. He's gonna be a future Hamilton. This guy, Russell, sets the pace on the final day of the Hungary test. This was August the 1st, 2018. George Russell. Yeah, I went to see. I went to Silverstone a few weeks ago, and I showed obviously the Formula One day, the classic driving, and I saw Russell driving, and yeah, and he was getting interviewed by one of the ladies who was doing the interviews. I forgot her name now, and he seems like a really nice guy. You know, he's got his head on straight. He's winning a Formula 2 championship at the moment. He's favourite to win it. I know he raced the other day at Hungary. He didn't finish the race. He was a DNF, but he's still leading the table. He's definitely favourite to win it. And yeah, and he's like he's a Mercedes second driver as well. So yeah, big times for him in the future. Mercedes capped off a successful week in Budapest with the fastest time of the in-season test, as their reserve driver George Russell ensured the championship leaders finished ahead of Ferrari at Hungary. So yeah, Russell, yeah, he's definitely there. He is there. The testing there, as you can see there on the screen. George Russell, fastest, second Kimi Raikkonen. Look, he beat Kimi Raikkonen. Third, Jack Dennis. Fourth, Antonio Giovinazzi. I'm not going to go through the names, but anyway, as you can see there, Robert Kubica, Lando Norris, another future driver here for the UK. He's going to be maybe a future world champion as well. Pierre Gasly, Brendan Hartley. So if you look at there, the table's quite good. There's a couple of first team drivers there, and he got the fastest time, not for Mercedes. So that shows you there, this guy's a future champion. And Lando Norris as well. So that's very good for him, for George Russell. And any more news going around? What's this about Brendan Hartley? Let's have a look. Let's open this. Brendan Hartley. The rookie Brendan Hartley on his second F1 point and his season so far. In the latest edition of the Toro Rosso Drivers Vlog, Brendan Hartley reflects on the back-to-back in Germany and Hungary that veiled that yield his second F1 point and his first appearance in Q3. Yeah, so happy for him. Let's see if I can play a video. I'm not sure if I'm going to get flagged for this. I'm not sure. Let's have a look. Let's have a little play, see what happens. There's his video here. There's Brendan Hartley.
So back-to-back races, Germany, Hungary. Really pleased to get that last point in Germany. On a race weekend where we didn't really have the pace. Weather conditions are tricky. I was happy I was able to use all my experience and the communication with the team. We nailed the strategy and got that final points playing position on a race where we probably didn't have the pace to do so. It felt good. It was the first time I really drove the car in wet conditions, or at least on a slick tyre, and yeah, it was a race where I gained a lot of confidence, and I was in good fighting spirits coming here to Budapest. So it was awesome to get both cars through to Q3. Really good team effort.
Box. Copy, box. We need to come through. We can.
So that's it then, yeah. Brendan Hartley talking about his points. Happy for him. He hope he pushes on from here. Hopefully the next race, which is going to be in Belgium, he doesn't, you know, I hope he finishes with a point again. So here we now, we've got the Belgium Grand Prix, 26th of August. My favourite F1, I won't be going this year. Hopefully next year I'll be going. And yeah, I went to Silverstone. I will be going to Silverstone again, but this is the one I'm going to next. Just missed out on this year. Bit busy that weekend. But yeah, the Belgian Grand Prix, it's going to be great. I can see if I play this video. There we go. There you go, Belgian Grand Prix. I cannot wait. First race back after the summer. Probably one of my personal favourite, along with Silverstone. It's going to be great. I can't wait till it comes on. Yeah, wish I was there though. But maybe next year. Let's see if there's any more news going around. I don't think there's nothing much. Here's the look, as you see, look, you got the Belgian Grand Prix next, Formula 1. Then after that, you've got the Italian Grand Prix, then Singapore, Russia, Japan, United States, and what's next after that? You've got Mexico, Brazil, and Abu Dhabi last. So yeah, that's the rumours. Tell me what you think about Daniel Ricardo leaving Red Bull at the end of the season to join Renault. And who do you think is going to replace him? I think it's going to be this guy. Definitely. That's just my opinion. And yeah, and if it is, if breaking news does come in and that Carlos Sainz is the guy to replace him, I'll do a video and I'll upload it instantly. By the way, this is not editing. This is just a straight record. As soon as I got the news, I was out. I got it on my phone. I said, right, I'm going to go home, set up my little studio, and I'm going to record the video. And straight away, no editing. I don't do editing on my videos. I keep it the way I keep it real. I don't edit. I don't agree with opinions if it's popular on the internet. If I don't like something, I'll say it. I'll keep it real. So that's it really. Don't forget to subscribe to me on YouTube, Solo P1. Follow me on Twitch, which I'll be streaming later on today. I will be streaming GT Sports on PS4 and obviously on PS4. It's not on Xbox, is it? Yeah. Follow me on Twitter, Solo P1, and follow me on Instagram on Solo _P1. Thank you very much, guys. Solo P1 signing out.